The Illuminati myth is one of the most pervasive archetypes of our time. It represents the belief in a secretive, all-powerful elite group orchestrating world events. Originally an 18th century Enlightenment society, the myth has transformed. Today, it functions as a lens through which we interpret systemic power and economic instability. Psychologically, this belief arises from a fundamental need to find order within a chaotic and rapidly shifting global landscape. As we navigate 2026, the myth has evolved into a way to process complex economic and technological changes, turning world events into a narrative of control. Understanding this myth is crucial, as it shapes how millions perceive the structures that govern our reality. The actual Order of the Illuminati was founded in 1776 by Adam Weishaupt in Bavaria. It was not a global shadow government, but a small, localized society of intellectuals. Members advocated for Enlightenment ideals, secularism, the primacy of human reason, and republican governance. They sought to challenge the absolute authority of the church and monarchy. Far from the world-ruling cabal of modern myth, the Bavarian Illuminati was a short-lived group. By 1785, the group was investigated and effectively dismantled by government authorities. The myth began as 18th century propaganda, accusing the original Illuminati of masterminding the French Revolution to undermine the monarchy. By the early 20th century, the myth evolved through anti-Semitic revisionism, falsely linking the group to global financial control. Finally, Cold War anxieties transformed the myth into the New World Order narrative, a symbol of fear regarding global governance. Each era added layers of fiction, effectively turning a defunct club into the ultimate symbol of institutional distrust. Why do conspiracy theories persist? Much of it comes down to proportionality bias. Our brains struggle to accept that massive world events could be caused by small, random, or mundane factors. This is compounded by patternicity. We are evolutionarily hardwired to detect signals in noise. We see faces in clouds, or in the case of the face on Mars, we mistake geological shadows for intelligent design. These tendencies are part of a larger framework of cognitive biases that guide our information processing. They influence how we assign meaning to ambiguous data, often leading us to suspect secret influence where there is none. In our digital age, these psychological shortcuts are hyperstimulated. When we encounter complex, disjointed news, our brains connect the dots to form cohesive, albeit false, narratives of control. By 2026, the myth of the Illuminati has undergone a radical transformation. It is no longer about human cabals, but about the algorithmic Illuminati. Critics now argue that elite councils are steering the development of artificial general intelligence to manipulate human behavior on a global scale. This anxiety extends to digital finance. Central bank digital currencies are frequently framed not as tools of convenience, but as instruments for total economic surveillance. The constant capture of data reflects a deep societal fear that every creative or individual action is now being observed by an invisible, systematic oversight. This creates a feedback loop of suspicion, where isolated data points are woven together into complex, sprawling conspiracy networks that defy simple explanation. Belief in the Illuminati is rarely an isolated idea. Instead, it often serves as a gateway conspiracy, leading individuals toward far more dangerous radicalization pipelines. The myth thrives within the modern attention economy. Algorithms are designed to prioritize high-emotion, addictive narratives because they keep users engaged longer than nuanced, verified information. The real danger lies in the erosion of trust. By fostering a worldview based on suspicion rather than evidence, these narratives undermine the very foundations of scientific progress and democratic stability. To combat the spread of these myths, we must first understand how they operate. These theories are often infalsifiable. This means that any evidence presented to disprove them is simply dismissed by believers as part of the alleged cover-up. Our brains naturally favor information that confirms what we already believe. This is called confirmation bias. It is a psychological shortcut that makes us vulnerable to misleading patterns. To counter this, prioritize media literacy. Practice questioning sources, identifying emotional triggers, and seeking diverse perspectives before forming a conclusion. Understanding these patterns helps us move from blind belief toward critical, evidence-based inquiry. Developing media literacy empowers us to navigate the digital world with clarity and reason.